Good afternoon, welcome back to Universal Studios Hollywood. Very beautiful Thursday afternoon we have here. High 70s today, by the way, so it's not gonna be extremely hot. So yesterday we came to the park and we saw some crazy updates. Today we have even crazier updates. I don't think you guys are ready for this. By the way, to our members, we have a giveaway going on right now. I announced the winners on the 25th, the video that comes out on the 25th. So go to the previous video I uploaded. The thumbnail is Chucky, and that's how you can get some details on that giveaway. But you have to be a member to enter the giveaway. The membership is only 99 cents a month, and I do one giveaway every single month. The size gets bigger and bigger, or smaller or bigger. We'll see. But I have a pretty fun giveaway already planned for Halloween season, so you might want to jump on that. A shout out to all of our members. You guys make these videos possible, and I always want to give back to you guys. That's why I'm doing those monthly giveaways, exclusive videos, exclusive live streams. All right, now moving on with the updates. All right, so yesterday we walked up to the Chucky bar and we saw they added some new signage in the area. We actually don't have any new updates here outside of one tiny update, but they added some lighting right along that gate. So in case you missed yesterday's update, here's just a look at the Chucky bar. It's looking great. Oh yeah, they already added some mini spotlights too onto that Chucky bar sign. I'm surprised they still haven't announced our food selection during Horror Nights. We're 2 weeks away. Literally 2 weeks today marks the beginning of Horror Nights. We're 2 weeks away from the event beginning, and they still haven't announced any food offerings during the event. So we'll see what happens. But we do have an update over here in Skull Lords. You could see that they added 2 speakers, and then the fire towers are up. How many do we have this year? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them. It's looking pretty good. It looks like they already have the gas line running into the fire towers themselves. They're probably already testing them. They've probably already tested them. But occasionally, I'll keep my eyes peeled for this, but occasionally throughout the day, they test them as well. So I didn't want to include this in yesterday's video because he was standing literally like right there. But John Murdy was here. He walked through the entire maze, but for a little bit of it, he was outside of the maze and he was talking about Muerte and his path of travel outside of the maze. So I overheard Murdy saying that he's gonna start behind this window, walk out from the side, open this chain, and walk here. And I think that's a bit too much for the actor, but he was like reenacting it to the people he was talking to. And I'm sure for him the vision is there, but I can't visualize how that's gonna work, especially in a fast-paced environment. We're only gonna be here for, I don't know, maybe like 2 minutes, if that. Because to give you a little bit of perspective, this is where the queue ends. The general queue ends like right where I'm standing, right here. You're gonna walk forward and enter once you're let in. So you probably won't even be able to see Muerte doing his thing. And we actually have a lot of that happening this year for a lot of different facades. For one, he actually talked about this. Outside of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre haunted house, Chop Chop will walk out and he has his whole spiel, but it's so long that guests probably won't be able to hear the entire spiel. All right, and we just arrived in the Murder of CROWZ Scarezone, and I don't think you're ready for this update. All right, check this out. Oh, I thought that was an animated figure for a second, but it just opened its wing. Well, look at this. We have some dead farmers around this well. Such a detailed scenic piece, and I wasn't expecting this to go up today, but it looks great. I'm really hoping that they add on to this by adding scarecrows in those plants, like in between those trees. But I really like what we have set up here. This is very cool. It's giving me scarecrow vibes from the haunted house we had in 2022. And this right here is Orlando level theming. Like, I don't think we've had a scenic prop that's been this detailed. Like, look at this. It's such a huge prop. Wow. And look at that. Is that a mouse a rat? Is that Remy Ratatouille? And look at this sign over here. It says murder of crows. I'm assuming that's just like the skeleton of a giant crow. But Murdy said that in this scare zone, we're going to have a huge animated figure, and that will be Queen Crow. And I'd imagine that this is her throne right here. And it looks like we do have some 2x4s in there. I'm not seeing any like electrical, but I'm assuming that that scenic or that animated figure will be inside of this nest over here. This kind of looks like a queen's throne, if you ask me. And this just looks insane. I can't wait for them to start decorating even more in their scare zones. This is what us fans want to see. We want to be immersed into the scare zones, and they're delivering so far. I'm not sure if this is going to be used for anything Horror Nights, but they do have this area of the park boarded up. This is usually where you can meet like Shrek, the Trolls, etc. Nothing going on behind the walls. There's actually a pretty big opening over here, but it's all closed up right now. I'm not sure why. So instead they're having Shrek and Fiona do their thing on the right side of the DreamWorks Theater. Speaking of the DreamWorks Theater, I feel like they didn't advertise it as the Kung Fu Panda Adventure. When they first pitched out the DreamWorks Theater, they said we're gonna come across many different DreamWorks characters. And right now it's just been Kung Fu Panda Adventure, and I think that's a reused media from a different park. I hope eventually, maybe even seasonally, that they switch out the media that's projected in the DreamWorks Theater. I mean, it's been Kung Fu Panda Adventure since 2018 now, so it's been like 6 years. And then the string lights in Plaza de los Muertos are up. And then they're gonna add the little banners running across the area. Here's a good look at that projector that I always talk about in every video. I wonder what it's gonna be projecting. Unless it's preparation for Grinchmas and they have like a projection effect on the tree this year. Regardless, very interesting that we have a projector there. Holy cow, just looking at the Fast and Furious projects, when it's not blocked by those balloons, it looks insane. Look at this crane. This thing is huge. Oh my gosh. But they're heavily working on that structure, the mech bay. It looks like they've expanded the structure once again, just a little more out over here. Here's a better view onto that. Yeah, they're hard at work. But we have actually a pretty big update for Fast and Furious, and I'll show you in just a second. And here it is. Holy smokes. Almost cussed on camera, but dang, look at this track. I was not expecting them to install this that quick. I thought they were gonna work on the rest of the track. I mean, expanding from here before even reaching this point. But here it is. We'll get a different angle onto this in a second. I feel like I make my excitement apparent when I'm filming these updates. Like, whenever there's nothing crazy going on, I'm pretty monotone. I'm like, all right, yeah, some little supports here and there. But then when I see a track piece like this or new props for Horror Nights, that's where my excitement peaks. Here's another view onto that coaster track. This is crazy. This coaster is gonna be so intense. I can't wait to ride it. They definitely need to ramp up the speed they're moving with Horror Nights construction, because we start in 2 weeks. But here's that exposure. You could kind of see what that sign says. It says Death Valley. I'm assuming it says Providence. We have like a warning sign there. Ooh, that's new right there. We have a new scenic piece. Look at that. There's like a lot of like goo, like green goo with handprints, and maybe that's like the blood. I feel like this maze is gonna be like a neon maze. The one in Orlando wasn't necessarily like a 3D or neon maze. It just had a lot of like strobe effects and stuff, and I didn't really like that. But Murdy said that they're gonna take a different approach with this, and I'm assuming, just based on that like bucket of goo we saw there, I'm assuming it's gonna be a very like neon maze. We have some activity over there behind Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Looks like they have a lot of those signage stanchions. Doing a little bit of woodwork over there. I'm assuming this might be for Texas Chainsaw. They're probably wrapping up construction on that one. I don't know if they've done rehearsals yet over there, but yeah, that's what we have. And then over here above Jurassic Outfitters, the area is still cleared up, but they did add a few lighting rigs. They're not entirely done yet, or they haven't really started on what this will be. I think the biggest guess I have right now is that this will transform into the weekend bar again, just based on its success in 2022. I mean, they brought back that bar, a different bar right above Jurassic Outfitters last year, but it's looking good. We'll see what they do in the next few days, but we're definitely gonna have some serious updates throughout the rest of this week and next week. Here's our last look onto the coaster. We don't have a whole lot going on today outside of that new piece of track, but I thought it would have been this piece of track that was relocated to the other side, but no, it's still sitting there. I wonder if that launch will like go straight into like either a drop or like another like vertical element that takes you even higher. Just such a bonkers roller coaster. Like, I've never seen a roller coaster on the side of a hill. Also, for our last update, returning back to this Chainsaw Punk sign, we have little strobe lights set up in front of this display. It's gonna look really cool. Okay, that's gonna wrap up today's update here at Universal. Shout out to the members, and members, make sure to participate in yesterday's giveaway. I'm announcing the winner on the 25th, so have until the 24th to enter, and I'll be closing entries on the 24th. And it's actually not too late to become a member. You can become a member by clicking the link right in the comment section. Anyway guys, I'm JP, and how they say in the movies, that's a wrap. I'll see you guys tomorrow or the next day.